Here's a 5-minute analysis of the Orlando Magic's Franz Wagner ahead of the 2025-26 NBA season. The staple of Franz's game, of course, is his driving ability. This has been his number one strength since entering the NBA in 2021. There's an argument to be made that he's the best 6'10" or above driver in league history. He's one of a kind when it comes to his size, mixed with his footwork, craftiness, speed adjusting, patience, and ball protection while navigating toward the basket, and finishing with great touch from any direction and angle. Last year, he ranked 8th in shot attempts on drives, and number 1 among players over 6'8", and he made a shade under 49% of them in general, and 65% of them in the restricted area. What was a little different last season compared to his first 3 years was that he was taking more mid-range shots and floaters. In 2024-25, 12.2% of his shot attempts were from the mid-range, and 16% of his attempts were floaters. The prior year, those marks were 5.2% from the mid-range, and 9% were floaters. He made 40.1% of his mid-range shots last season, 14% better than the previous year. Something else I noticed was that he was using the glass more. The data shows he made 42% of his bank shots this past season. Recently, while talking to German media ahead of the upcoming FIBA Eurobasket competition, he mentioned he's been working on his post-up game. We saw an increase in that a bit last year, but it's clear this is something that's important for him to do more of going forward. He even noted himself that he was less effective when being defended by smaller, faster players, which is evident in the data. Last year, he shot 47.2% when defended by forwards or centers, and 44.5% when defended by guards. Using his size to his advantage in the post, just as it is for Paolo Banchero, is something that can be a game changer for Franz and the Magic as a whole. So much has been made about his three-point shooting struggles. Obviously, making under 30% of them each of the last 2 seasons can't be ignored. But it is interesting that last year, albeit on just 43 attempts, he made 44.2% of his corner threes. It was above the break where he struggled. But the thing about the corner three-point shooting is that if he's playing off the ball, which he will do more of when on the floor with Paolo, Jalen Suggs, and Desmond Bane, the corner threes might be more important than the shots he takes from elsewhere around the arc. Something else he could get back to doing more of on a healthier, fuller Magic team is cutting more, which is arguably his most underrated strength. Last year, he took 104 shots on cuts and made 70.2% of them. Among the 34 players who took at least 100 of these shots, that was the 4th best mark. The only players who shot it better were Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart of the Knicks, and LeBron James of the Lakers. On the topic of cutting, Franz is excellent at finding cutters when orchestrating the offense. He made 63 passes last year to cutters that led directly to shots, and his teammates made 66% of them. Franz averaged a career-high 4.7 assists in general last year. Rounding out his game is his supreme defense, both on and off the ball. We saw him do a masterful job covering some of the game's top backcourt players last year, including Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, and Damian Lillard. For the season, guards shot just 42% from the field when Franz contested their shots. He possesses the size, lateral quickness, instincts, and anticipation to cause havoc on ball handlers. And then his high basketball IQ makes him a terrific positional defender, where he's always in the right spot to be a high-level defensive playmaker. Franz is now getting ready with his German national team for FIBA Eurobasket 2025. In the last 3 international competitions, Germany won bronze at Eurobasket 2022, gold at the FIBA World Cup in 2023, and finished 4th at the Olympics in 2024. Joining Franz on this year's German team is his Magic teammate Tristan da Silva. And Germany will be part of Group B, playing in Finland. If they advance to the knockout phase, those games will be in Latvia. So that'll wrap up this video. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe.